This is again a common IELTS speaking question. Talk about the advice that you have received from someone, any advice, like any piece of advice. We all receive that from time to time. Think about it. And again, you'll be speaking just for a minute. This time I'm going to ask almost everyone to speak. Okay, Kalyani? Start.
Mobile has become essential part of everyone's life. So one day, my father had presented me a gift of mobile phone. I was using it for day-to-day classes. So one day, my father has suggested me, and he has given me advice stating that we should not use mobile phones as it harms uh, us, and we will be nervous by that, and will be getting side effects by using the mobile phones. And from that time, I will be giving the advices to my colleagues and near dears that we should not use mobile phones uh, every part of our life. Just whenever there is a necessary, then only we should use that.
All right, that we do. Okay, Kalyani, one is that suggested, of course, that was there, right?
Okay.
You're going wrong with the tenses and the word that you should use.
Okay.
Like since that day, I have been advising all my colleagues. And so will at places, whatever he told you, you kept on using will over there, right? So he told me that, he advised me that we should do this, we should, right? Advice came that way.
Okay.
And it's not necessary that you should have used over there, you should have used necessity. And that necessity was needed. Okay, Ritu? Kalyani, you need to improve. Huh? There are many grammatical mistakes that are.
Yeah, madam. Yeah, definitely.
Really. Yes, Ritu? Okay. Karan?
One fine day, we were having this conversation on saving. So I am very bad in saving. So my friend suggested to me that you should invest your money into share market and derivatives. It will give you good returns. So I also asked him to suggest other avenues so that I can, I can double my money. That's it.
Okay, but good. This was good. Mistake. You should. No. He suggested to me that I should.
Okay. Okay.
And it will give you, no, that it would give me.
Okay.
Right? So that I can, so that I could.
Okay.
This area needs improvement.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Sanju?
Yes, ma'am.
Start, please.
My associate professor told me about stem cells in brief and lab work. They advised me about gloves wearing and before touch other things such as for opening doors, get off hand your gloves. They advised me that when I work carefully, that least prone of errors.
While getting off, I should wear this, I should do that, right? This is what the advice.
Okay, ma'am.
That's the way the sentences should have been. Practice is needed over here. Yes, Manjeet, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Start, please.
Many times I receive advice from my friends, my parents, and my husband. But once I remember that my father gave me had suggested me Actually, when I was in 10th, when I passed out my 10th class, then I was very confused about my further stream. Then I was more interested in business stream, but my father wanted that I need to took uh, medical classes, but that time I was very confused. Then my father suggested me that I should need to take medical classes, so that's why so that you can learn more. Then that time I took medical classes, and then after that I did my bachelor's, and I came to know about more.
That'll do, Manjeet. That'll do. Same error, Manjeet, that suggested me. Like we cannot have suggested me. And I need to, I had to. You should have put I had to. I had to do that, right?
Okay, ma'am.
And I should need to. You should not use two types of models together.
Okay.
I should need to should not come together.
Okay, I had to.
What fast? Right, Manoj?
Hello.
Yes. Ritu, I'll just come to you after Manoj, huh? If Manoj doesn't speak. Yes, Manoj? All right, Ritu.
Yeah. This is one advice which is the most was much needed advice in my life. My uncle asked me to learn to say no. Since I have a habit of saying yes to everybody, I try to help out everybody. But at times what happens is that my own work suffers for it. Like if I have asked somebody that I would come with you to see the doctor, at the same time some other person has also asked me, and since I have said okay, I'll try to make it for both of them, but you lose at one place. So this is one advice my uncle gave me, and he always tells me that it is not necessary to say yes to everybody and suffer by your own self. So now I have learned to say no, and it has really helped me out. I am more free now. I have no pressures, extra pressures that I was dealing to because of my habit.
That'll do. So you moved to present tense, and your present tense because you talked about your habits. So that was absolutely correct. One mistake. You said, my uncle gave me one advice. See, advice uncountable. We cannot count one advice, two advice. How do we count them? Okay. A piece of advice. Right?
Right.
Either you can say, my uncle gave me some advice, then you mean more. Otherwise, a piece of advice. That's the way it should be.
Okay.
Ma'am, I would like to try.
Yes, Shubham.
One of the advice I would always remember is the one I received from my friend. She suggested to me that never take a decision when you're angry and never promise someone when you're happy. This impacted me a lot, and till day I still follow this mantra. Whenever I have to make a decision, I try to calm myself, think over it, and then take a decision. And whenever I want to promise someone, I do the same. So this not only helps me in making a better decision, but also helps me in excelling more and taking a better step in my life.
All right, correct. But the same thing which I told Ritu also, advice cannot be counted that way, one advice, right? So she gave me a piece of advice. That's the way it should have been. And then she gave me a piece of advice, not one of the advice, right? A piece of advice, and then never take a decision without thinking, not to take or never to take not to take us, right? She advised me not to take a decision.
Not to take, okay.
That's the way it should have been.
Thank you. Yeah.
Who else would like to? Ramandeep? Yes, go ahead.
Yesterday, in the speaking section, one of my instructors suggested me that I should work on my grammar. So in order to do so, um, um, in order to do so, he suggested me that I should attend grammar classes which held in the evening. And so today I'm attending those classes, and I assured him that I'll work on that. I'll work on my grammar.
Okay. First thing, have you all noticed this is a common mistake? He suggested me, right? He suggested me, no.
He suggested to me.
He advised or he suggested to me, correct. He suggested to me. Now, which held in the evening? No, which grammar classes, if it's plural, which are held in the evenings on Saturdays. And it will give, no, not will, then I would, not I will, I would, right? I would improve. That's the
I
way.
would improve.
To suggest is a common error, right?
Suggested to me.
One more, we can have one more. Who would like to?
Can I give it a try?
Yes, Parmeshwari, go ahead, please.
At the age of 4 years, my son was very naughty, and I was scared to keep him alone even for a minute. Then it had happened to talk to one of my friends about this, and she advised to join him in the kids camp which had recently opened in our colony. Then I joined him there, and it helped me a lot, and I could see the difference within a week. So then onwards, I always allow him to go out to play something at least for an hour every day, so that he will be engaged all the time.
All right. So there were two errors. One I missed noting down, Parmeshwari. One was advice to join. No, advice to enroll him.
And okay.
You enrolled him somewhere. Oh, that's the way. All right. Do you have any questions? Anybody?
For live online IELTS classes by expert instructors, log on to younolearning.com.